Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. If I hadn't said this, Happy New Year to everybody in 2025, and everybody be safe. And 2025 has been a lot of crazy things. Just this 1 month, but how the rest of the 11 months that we're going in going to be very good, and everybody probably have a good year. And thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I'm sorry if I had to do my podcast last week because I was very busy. I didn't have much time to do it, but we are going to catch up a little bit in the world of sports and culture and sneakers. Where I will post on the community. So my apologize, people. So in today, part one, as I'm recording this on Thursday, I will do my part two, talk about the All Star Reserve, other things that's going on right now. But right now, we're gonna talk. This is part one of my podcast, so I try to catch up a little bit. So let's do our catch up. But first, before we start this, make sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Notify, like my video, leave your comment on my video on the podcast, on my YouTube channel, anything you want in the commentary. I'll follow you guys and I'll leave my comment. And also I'll leave your comment on the community while I'm sending news of sport, culture, and so on and so forth. And also don't forget to listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and let's roll right now. So let's catch up. So today, I missed it, but I didn't watch the AFC NFC Championship. So I would say this: congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and to go into the Super Bowl, and the Philadelphia Eagles, who also won their game against the Commanders and in a dismantle way. So congratulations on both teams. The rematch is set for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, Louisiana, on the Caesar Palace, on the Caesar Superdome. I can't wait to watch it and talk about my opinion. But first, I will say this: there's been a lot of people say that the fatigue of the Chiefs, well, it's real. We all know Patrick Mahomes' greatness, but I do see a lot of fatigue of fans to say, "Oh, do we have to see the Chiefs again?" We know they are great. It, it, if it is necessary to watch the Chiefs again in the Super Bowl, are they like the New England Patriot of the AFC, the modern day NFL? This is going to be some question, and and do you think the rematch will help the Eagles winning the Super Bowl? We have to ask those questions. But those are all doing my prediction next week um when I'll do my podcast. So do you think there's a New England not New England fatigue, but a Kansas City Chief fatigue? Leave your comment on my video when I'll post this video on my YouTube channel. So those was for the NFL. Now for the NBA, I will say this: congratulations to Vince Carter, who has had the Brooklyn Nets have retired his jersey number 15 as the Nets, not as Brooklyn, but New Jersey. And this is the second time that he has been retired. Remember, the first time was in Toronto, which that was really big emotional. The first Toronto Raptor has his jersey number retired, and now with the Nets, he is the seventh player to retire his jersey. So congratulations to Vince Carter. The news of the WNBA, there's been some trade and there's been some free agency. So let's start with the Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell has been re-signing with the Indiana Fever. Congratulations to her. And I hope the Fever probably they're going to win the probably going to win the championship. I don't think they're going to be the favorite to win it, but as the Katie Clark progress, this team will go rise above the limit. So congratulations to Kelsey Mitchell. There's been also a trade. Jude Lloyd is has been traded to the Las Vegas Ace. That means Kelsey Plum has been traded to the LA Sparks, which that was a shock and a surprise. So what does it do for the Aces? They're still a contender. So let's not get twisted. They're a contender, and and also that they're probably gonna win the WNBA championship. Now for Kelsey Plum traded to the Spark. I know the Spark are a rebuild team, but I think they need some veteran in the team because it's a young team. They need to progress. They need to progress. Um, I mean, the Sparks are a very young team with the Cameron Brink and Raquel Jackson, who I think she's very underrated because I know we talked about Katie Clark injury. Cameron Brink was injured, and and we didn't talk so much about Raquel Jackson. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that Rakia second year, I think she's gonna gloss. She's gonna outshine. That's my opinion. Another trade that happened that Alisa Thompson, who was the wife of Dewana Bonner, has been traded to the Phoenix Mercury. That is surprising. And also, Brittany Griner has been traded to the Atlanta Dream in free agency. I mean, wow, that's also a big surprise. So, what does he do for let's say for the Phoenix Mercury? I think they're in the discussion, but they're not already a championship contender. But they could be like a dark horse, a dark horse. Now for Atlanta Dream, I think it was necessary to get some toughness from a team like Yana the Dream. I think Brittany Griner will bring that, and I hope the Atlanta Dream goes far as Brittany Griner takes them. So that's all the WNBA news. So let's talk about the Jimmy Butler saga. Saga continues again. So what happened? Jimmy Butler has been again suspended. Previously he has suspended like what 2 games because he missed the flight late, and he played a little bit the rest. Then he has been suspended again indefinitely because he heard during the practice because he heard that he's gonna be starting on the bench and he didn't like it, so he was indefinitely suspended. So what do I think about all this situation? What's going on? I think Jimmy Butler is trying to ruin his reputation, and the reason why I say that because I know you. If you're angry because they don't pay you, which that guy makes like what 150 million dollars. That means he makes like $50 million per year, which is crazy. if I'm not mistaken, because I don't have the paper. I don't have no paper with me. When I'm saying that Jimmy Butler asked a contract extension for to resign with Miami, Pat Riley did not want it because he's looking at his age. He's 35 years old. He's a veteran, and Pat Riley sees the bigger picture to say, look, I need to rebuild my team because I am focusing with Bam and Tyler Hero as the future of this franchise. Jimmy Butler, we love you, we appreciate it, but I can't pay you. So Jimmy Butler wants to get traded, but like I said, I think it was on my not my last video, but my video what I did with the Joe Taylor scandal, Jimmy Butler trade. There was like 14. He's interesting. Phoenix, Golden State, I believe Dallas, and I forgot the last team, but oh, and Houston. No, my bad, Houston. What I'm saying is that for Phoenix, I don't see Phoenix because Powell doesn't want to pay Bradley Bill, and Bradley Bill had to agree with a no trade clause. You know what I'm saying, and this and that. I don't think it will work. So if I'm Pat Riley, I will send him home for the rest of the season, come up with a solution, or try to talk to a team that can really afford to trade Jimmy Butler, even though Jimmy Butler don't want to play for that team, but he doesn't have a choice. So to me, uh, I'll definitely do Pat Riley to to send him home indefinitely, just until we find their final solution. But also, this is on Pat Riley's fault. This is Pat Riley's fault because remember he did the same thing with Alonzo Mourning, Dwayne Wade, and now Jimmy Butler. And that also that he came out to the public in a press conference said we won't trade Jimmy Butler, and I think that pretty much triggered uh Jimmy Butler. So to me, this is very sad. But at the same time, I understand why Jimmy Butler is frustrated. But so the solution is we don't know what's gonna happen, but let it play out, like I always say, and let's see what's gonna happen in a couple of weeks. Another news in the NBA, De'Aaron Fox wants to be traded. According to his, I don't have the paper with me, but according to his free agent, or it will probably according to him, he wants to be traded somewhere right. He wants to trade between San Antonio or Houston. So that was pretty much a surprise, even though the Sacramento King are playing very good after the firing of Mike Brown. I don't know why. Maybe he wants some money. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's got to do with the franchise. And they're not in a bad spot. I believe they're in a play-in. So if they win a couple of games, I think they can get out of the play-in. I'll be honest with you. But if you want to get traded, there's two destinations, like I said, San Antonio or Houston or probably Miami. He could go to Miami because they need some like a true point guard. I'll be honest with you in Miami. So I was pretty much surprised about that for De'Aaron Fox. The All Star, um, or a starter, um, that I saw on social media. Um, if you haven't you haven't seen the All Star starter, so let me refresh you for the All Star starters. So for the Eastern Conference, so we got like what we got uh Giannis, Donovan Mitchell, Carl Anthony Town, Jalen Bronson, and Jason Tatum for the East. Now for the West, uh you got Steph Curry, SGA, Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. So, what are my thoughts about the All Star starter? I don't have a problem with the All Star, and I think actually, but from both sides, I don't have a problem with the both side of it. Um, I think people would tell me why Wimby's not in it, or Anthony Davis. He will get in. He will get in. I'll be honest with you. He will get in, but as a reserve. So I don't have an issue with the starters. So with the starter from the East and the West. So I got no problem with it. Moving on for my part one last topic. My last topic. Whew, my last topic. I mean, what's going on with the Golden State Warriors? And I'm just kidding. I'm not doing my last topic. Let's continue. I was just trolling you guys. But what's going on with the Golden State Warriors? It seems like they're losing, and they need some trade because you are wasting Steph Curry's career. So where do I think they go from here? Um, I don't know. They have to find a solution because if they don't find any solution, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Ghost State can do because are we saying the end of an era? Which we are seeing it with the Golden State Warriors. So to me, they have to find a solution for this mess. Now, not this. This is going to be my last topic for now. If you are a true wrestling fan and if you love the WWE, the Royal Rumble is coming up Saturday. So I don't have to pay. I don't. I can't wait to see the Royal Rumble. Tell you who's gonna win, but I hope this Royal Rumble is going very pretty good. And I just told you again about my last topic, but I don't know when it's gonna end my last topic. But but let's continue. But if you love the WWE part two, I'm gonna give the prediction of who's going to be winning the Royal Rumble, who's on the man and woman side, or the matches we will have in the Royal Rumble, and so on and so forth. And also, I just want to say this: congratulations to Triple H, who is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Triple H. Well deserved of a long career from from your WCW day to your to DX triple a main eventer, you and to a CEO. So nothing about positive, negative about it. So congratulations, Triple H. Well deserved. You get into the Hall of Fame. So those are my top. This is not fun. This is my last. Those are my topic. for part for today, part one of my podcast. Part two, I will do it on the Friday night. So we're gonna have more discussion, more to discuss. So just this is my part one. Tomorrow, part two is gonna come in. So can't wait to talk about part two for from in my podcast. So thank you very much. Don't forget, you can follow me on social media, Pascal Mayat on X, formerly Twitter, at Belly versus PMM. Instagram, Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with threads. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, or you can watch it on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. If you have missing some that I talked about other previous podcasts that I made. You can go on my YouTube channel. Just do two things, actually four things: like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my video or in the community that I'll post. So don't forget you can comment on my video. This part one. Then no, tomorrow part two is we'll have a real discussion. So for part two. So thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.